I'm really big into shoes.
Music is a really big part of what I do.
I have red hair, and I have bad shoulders.
And I'm originally from Clearwater, Florida.
Good. I can do a cartwheel.
And I can't spell. I like brisket.
And I have crooked pinkies.
And I farm.
And I can spell.
Juggle 7 balls at one time. I just can't right now.
I remember wanting to be a quarterback when I started at Pee Wee, but like the first practice after the second practice, they asked who wanted to be a quarterback again because they couldn't remember, and I was too scared to say that I wanted to be a quarterback, so I just sat there and I ended up being a lineman.
My favorite one, or ones, would probably be just all the funny conversations on the bus ride homes from away games. Some crazy stories, and probably just sophomore year overall.
My favorite memory is probably my first game of varsity. It was just a different experience.
My favorite memory was our freshman year when Big Bad Ethan Hugesegger over there threw the ball to me when I was playing right guard. I did catch it though, that's important. And they counted the yards.
I sat out of my first varsity game because I hurt my toe.
My favorite memory was watching Juan cut up the middle for the first time this year.
Oh yeah, that was
I just told you.
He was kind of scared of the sideline.
My favorite memory was practice last year. I actually trucked Jimmy. Yep.
That's not
And it went for a touchdown. Yeah, he.
And then he woke up.
Yeah.
That did not happen. My favorite memory is when our coach Squaredo said, "That's the first quarter," and we proceeded to do it 4 more times. 3 more times. I can spell, I can't do math.
So we were at Rapids, and it was Wittenberg playing Aquinas.
Oh.
And so we weren't playing, but so the Wittenberg players were coming in to into their like locker room, right? And one of them noticed Jimmy, and he was yelling like, "Hey Jimmy," since they made
Screaming it.
yeah, they were kind of friends after a Wittenberg game. And he comes, gives Jimmy a high five. I don't know what happened, but it's like he stepped on a banana peel, and his legs just kicked up, and he just landed on his back.
Had to get his whole arm taped up, change his jersey.
When we were on the bus last year, on the way to our last game, Cord was sleeping, and my buddy Logan pulled down his mask and coughed right in his face. And yeah.
I do not recall that.
It's definitely a felony.
He's gonna get arrested.
That's like
A lot more terrorism, but it's still terrorism. I think I missed the tackle or something, and I got back up and I was chasing after him, and for some reason Jordan was like bent over or whatever.
Could not read this.
and I tried to jump over him, and he stood up at the wrong time, and he made me trip and fall on top of him, and it looked pretty funny on film. I got another one. We were on scout. Logan was our lead blocker, and I was running behind him. He tripped. He was on all fours. And I tripped.
No, I was on my belly.
I tripped behind him.
His helmet flew into my buttocks.
I was when I would get put on Hudson's side of the line, and he would forget which direction to pull, and he'd just pull out to like the left side when the play's going to the right. There'd be nobody there. He's just standing out in dead water, and he's like, he comes back and he's like, "You think they noticed?"
They never did. That's the best. They always thought I was doing it right, and they just never noticed.
Last year at Wyaliga, we were beating them, whatever, and they tried to onside it. And Petch had a real bad bounce. Petch snagged it. Turned around, got ready. The best player, number 33, just
Laid him
out.
That was hilarious. I saw that from the booth.
He got up. He He kept walking. Kept
After
moving.
like 20 minutes.
I think Baker was making fun of you.
He said it didn't even phase him.
It was
I-
noticeable that it didn't phase me.
I had.
One of my other favorite memories is when we were watch the live stream back and you could hear Baker in the background.
Yelling at Juan.
Yeah. Juan, what are you doing? What's wrong with
That's a
you?
very PG way to say
Which
it.
live stream?
Why?
A good memory I have throughout football is every time I glance to another player, they always throw up, like Braden. Before every game, I always catch him right as he's throwing up, Cord as well, and I believe Jimmy a few times.
They always talk about how Brad always said, like, dude, I always throw up before games. What was it, Black River Falls was our first game of the season? This dude, we call the play, we break the huddle, we walk out, he lifts up his helmet, throws up on the field, puts it back down, and gets set on the line. And I look at it up like,
So my first time here, sophomore year, and there's this play that they ran against me called the Monster. I was not prepared for this, and I was just completely destroyed that day. I also felt quite welcome after that. Remember that Monster? It was like you, Hudson, and Gonzo all came at me.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember that.
Jimmy,
That was
yeah.
so
That
funny.
was funny.
That's what
It was not funny,
I hated that.
but I felt welcome after that.
Anytime there'd be a run with Logan Curry coming at you, it doesn't matter how you stand, you can't get like you'd always end up on the ground, like 4 feet away too.
Logan
I tried to
had
go
a-
straight up into him and just swap my hands out and be on my knees.
Logan had a special move that he called the grass throw. He picks up grass and throws it in the eyes.
The whole practice just tossing grass in your face.